Hi, and welcome to WTIM. If you grew up any time between the late 50s and the early 90s, you lived through something that was really, truly special. Something that we don't realize just how great it was at the time. We was living in what we'll call the golden era of music. Not because every artist was perfect or every song was legendary, but because music was woven into the very fabric of our culture. It tied us together in a way that simply doesn't happen anymore. Back then, music wasn't just entertainment, but it really was a shared experience. When a hit song came out, everybody knew it. You didn't have to ask your friends if you heard this, because you knew they had. Why? Because we all listened to the same radio stations, we watched the same TV shows, and we heard the same songs playing in grocery stores, gas stations, at school dances, in all of our living rooms across the country. In the late 50s and 60s, popular music evolved and blew up. Elvis, the Supremes, the Beatles. These weren't just artists, but they were cultural landmarks. And when they performed on national TV on shows like The Ed Sullivan Show or any of the plethora of variety shows of the era, the whole country was tuned in. Families gathered around one TV, and for those few minutes, America shared something. It was something special, and it helped to unite us. By the time I was growing up in the 70s, popular music was peaking, and the voice of Casey Kasem would ring over the airwaves every week. He kept us up with the latest and greatest hits. I remember hearing those hits every day, whether they be Motown classics, disco bangers, soft rock ballads, over and over again. No need for a search engine, they were everywhere. My friends had heard them, my neighbors had heard them, people across the country have heard them. We shared that soundtrack of our lives, and we didn't even know what was happening. Through the years, there were innovations. MTV came along, we got the power ballads and the new wave music and arena rock, and groups like on TV like the Monkees, the Partridge Family, the Osmonds, and so many others had programs that were storytelling programs, and they wasn't just programs, they were cultural meeting places. They gave us characters to love or to hate, and songs to sing, and moments that we all experienced together. That's what made this golden era so powerful. Music reflected our culture, and our culture reflected our music. It carried our hopes, our dreams, our innocence, and our optimism. It shaped our identity and mirrored our sensibilities. And because we all heard the same songs and we all shared the same experience, we had the same emotional landmarks. Today, that's gone. We live in a world of infinite choice, millions of songs, endless platforms, personalized playlists. And while that's okay, in its own way, it also means that we no longer have a single cultural soundtrack. No more Ed Sullivan Show, no nationally syndicated music programs that everybody watched, no single radio station that defined a generation. A hit song today might be massive in one corner of the globe, but to everybody, there's many, many that will never have even heard of it. And I'll be honest, I miss the old days terribly. I miss the feeling of hearing a new song and knowing that the whole country was hearing it too. I miss the shared experience, the collective joy, the way music once tied us together so effortlessly. It was impossible not to be a part of it. And because of that, we was connected in a way that's hard to describe and even harder to replicate. The golden era of music wasn't just about the songs, it was about togetherness. It was about belonging, and we weren't divided at every stop. It was about the simple joy of knowing that for a few minutes at a time, millions of people were humming the same melody, tapping the same rhythm, and feeling the same emotions. And even though that era has passed, its impact hasn't. These songs still make us smile. They still make us dance. They bring back memories of childhood and friendship and family and simpler times. And they remind us of who we were, and in some ways who we still are. They've stood the test of time, and they're still played all over. That's the beauty of this golden era. It may be gone, but the music hasn't died. That's what WTIM is all about. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.